This is episode 17 of What's Been Better. This week, we're talking about letting go. At some point, we have to relax, relate, and release the things that do not hold any positive spaces in our lives. If you've been here before, then you know we cuss. And if you're new here, please get used to how we emphasize. Today, we're joined by one of my favorite TikTok gardeners, Phoenix, aka the Boughetto Gardener.
Hey.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm
Absolutely.
too excited, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm so excited too.
Yay. Well,
I'm gonna let you start, Sylvia.
you want me to start?
Yes, go ahead and ask. Oh, girl, what's been better?
Okay, well, if you've seen the show before, you know that we don't drown on about anything negative. We try to move forward. So we
I know
always
that's right.
ask, what's been better? It
What's
could
been
be
better?
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could definitely answer that question. What's been better for me, especially this year, is going to therapy.
Okay.
I started going to therapy in December. I
Okay.
had went before. I've been to therapy several times actually, but I had went before and then I stopped going. Because you think that you okay, and then this year, I almost had like a little breakdown. So I told myself, I was like, you know what, I'm getting older, and this is the year I want to start taking control of all my traumas and the things that I've been through. And,
Girl.
You know,
what I'm saying,
that's
the
right.
things that stress me out and my triggers and what made me want to pop off on somebody or what made me have certain type of feelings, or you know what I'm saying. So I just made it very important this year that I had to take that step. So going to therapy this year has been great. You know what I'm saying? And between therapy and gardening, honey,
Yes.
I'm
Those
learning
are
to
mine too.
I'm learning to like let go of a lot of things. Don't get me wrong, I'm still hurt and the pain is still there, but
Mhm.
I'm learning how to deal with things a little bit differently now by going to therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I take they got me on medication too, child. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to stay on that forever. You know what I'm saying?
No. I understand. Like that was my prerequisite was like I couldn't go to anybody that would prescribe medication because I was like,
Mhm.
I gotta try this
Mhm.
without medication.
Right.
And I don't think Lori, I started seeing you in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't really until last year that I started thinking like maybe I should
Mhm.
be medicated. But now I'm like, oh fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And see, I was the opposite. Like I was against medication too,
So
because
Mhm.
I done had, at one point taking pills ain't my thing because I didn't try to commit suicide a couple of times in my life.
Mm-hmm.
right.
So taking pills for me, I ain't really want to be in. So I really was against medication too. And what's crazy, I'm a pharmacy technician. I work in healthcare. So I
Okay.
work in
Right.
pharmacy. I know the side effects of medication. I know
Mhm.
what medication do, all type of things. I'm a legal drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to call it. I can mix up anything. But with that being said, actually I kind of feel like since I've been going to therapy and on medication, it has been helping me a lot.
Mhm.
Okay.
Only because like I suffer from so much anxiety and
Mhm.
PTSD and I
Mhm.
have severe depression. And
Mhm.
the reason I talk so fast is because I have anxiety. So
Mhm.
like I'm like a high low person. You know what I'm saying? I have to be
Okay.
high
Mhm.
or I'm like real low. Like there's
Mhm.
no in between. So I have to keep myself
Right.
from being low so I
Mhm.
can stay high. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's why I'm such a positive person, and just I rather spread energy than negativity because I've been through enough
That's
negative shit.
girl.
Okay.
Let me
Right.
tell you how
Mm-mm.
awesome that is, and I will say that everybody is different. So,
Mm-hmm.
so whereas Sylvia might not necessarily care to do it, or might not necessarily need it,
Mm-hmm.
and you might feel like you do, I think both of you are right. Because you know
Yes.
your body. It's knowing
Mhm.
the best thing is to know what you
Mm-hmm.
need for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So that's
Now I will
awesome.
say I'm not trying to stay on the medication though.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
Right.
definitely ain't. Because my
Yeah.
husband don't even like for me to take it because it makes me it makes me yawn a lot. So
Mhm.
like I'm always like
Oh.
drowsy, and then it
Mhm.
makes my hands sweat and the bottom of my
Yeah.
feet sweat. So
Mhm.
like
Whoa.
when I do like a lot of yawning, like it's like you coming down like off a high almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
Mhm.
like you on that medication,
he
ain't
already
you?
he already knows.
Yes.
It's so
Right.
Yes.
beautiful that he knows you like that.
Right.
Yes.
Well, Lori, what's been better for you?
Let's see. Let me think. Let me go back in the recesses.
Oh
Okay.
Lord.
I think life is pretty cool. I don't know that anything is well, let's see. My son is coming on Friday.
Okay.
Yay.
I'm excited about seeing him, right? So that's better because I saw him a couple of weeks ago, which was really like a big long gap in the times I've
Mhm.
seen them. So I'm gonna say that's better.
Okay.
Um, what else is
Good
better?
one.
Um, I can't really think. I mean, life is good. Life is good. I
Okay.
don't have any
That's
complaints.
good.
I haven't been frustrated because, Sylvia will tell you in the past
Mm-hmm.
few weeks or months, I've kind of had some kind of highs and lows and things,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mhm.
I think I'm pretty much on even keel. I guess that's
That's
better,
good.
you
Yeah.
That's
know.
good. That's
Okay.
So
always a plus.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So Sylvia, what's been better with you?
Um, this show,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, like I've had goals, I've had things in my mind of like, who do I want to talk to? Who do I want to sit down with?
Mm-hmm.
Where do I want the show to go? What do I want to do? That whole bit. So first of all, this is ticking a huge box. I
Okay.
I love TikTok gardeners,
That's
obviously.
good.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so to get to sit down with one that I think is just like taking the whole
Ah!
app by storm, I'm
I'm just being
excited.
myself. All
Which
I did
Which
was
is
started cussing with it.
But that's
yeah.
the part that, like, I gravitated towards, like,
I
Yeah.
see.
to
I
be
see.
very honestly,
Mm,
because not everybody gets to be free.
mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah.
everybody gets to show what it means to be free,
Yeah, I
and
definitely
not
agree.
everybody makes it to this point where they are able to turn around and go, "This is how I did it."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just this is just better. Some days I
Mm-hmm.
have moments where I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna hang this up. We're gonna put this down. We're gonna
No, you can't do
do
that.
Mm,
something else." But
yeah.
I realize more and more how much I love doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
this
can't
is
I
do
a
that.
really do.
reminder. Yes, Sylvia,
Mhm.
I'm in there with you too because sometimes we do get discouraged because maybe the listenership has gone down or it
Mhm.
feels like nobody cares or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but then we get these bursts of energy
Yep.
where like when we have a live and everybody kind
Mm-hmm.
of chimes in. That was
Yeah.
awesome last week,
Mm-hmm.
and then for you to come, it's like a breath of fresh air,
Oh,
and it
thank
is
you.
yes, I will tell you because it actually gives us encouragement.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know.
yeah, well good, because I'm
Yeah.
definitely encouraging.
Right.
Yes, trying to
I
keep
mean,
hope
I was
alive. Don't give up now.
right. I was watching Kev on stage, who was just, huge and has
Mhm.
multiple podcasts. And
Mm-hmm.
he was talking about how much podcast listenership is down and
Mm-hmm.
like advertising is down and things like that. So
I
I was
don't really
like, if
listen to a
this
bunch
is
of podcasts. Well, not to cut you off. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Don't need to do that because I
no,
got a
it's
habit of
okay.
doing that. That's that.
It's
Mhm.
okay.
That's that anxiety. You know what I'm saying? My
Mhm.
brain beats. So I do apologize. I ain't mean to cut
Mhm.
you
Okay.
off. What I can say about podcasts is I think the problem is so much bashing.
Mm.
Yes, there are.
Oh.
So to
You know what I mean?
find a show like
Yes.
ours and
Mhm.
why we go so hard is because
Mm-hmm.
we are really trying to create a space
Mm-hmm.
of not only just positivity, but also
Mm-hmm.
like real people on a
Mm-hmm.
real journey to find
Mhm.
peace and to
Right.
keep
Exactly.
spreading that peace.
I'm trying to tell
Mhm.
you, honey, because baby, life is already hard.
It
You know what I'm saying?
so
And we
why the
all have our
hell would you
traumas.
get right, but why would you get on the internet and say anything else? It doesn't make
I don't get
any
the whole
fucking
tear
sense.
down thing, anyways. You know, and I'm not really a person that enjoys tearing others and clawing and scratching and
Mhm.
for what? You know what I'm
Mhm.
Yeah,
saying? Like, what
Mhm.
is the point of me tearing you down? How does that bring me joy?
right.
How does
Well,
that bring me happiness?
that's the
So
whole
what is
point.
it?
So people don't realize that they're doing the same thing over and over and
Yes,
they're
Mhm.
getting the same results,
yes.
right?
Mhm.
And they say that's the definition of insanity,
And
but the
you
thing is,
come on now.
right, so I think it's about doing something that brings you joy over and
Mm-hmm.
over so you
Mm-hmm.
can change this whole trajectory. So,
Mm-hmm. So
And
you can
what you
find
always
peace.
say about like what you put out, you're gonna get back
mhm.
very
I believe in the
quickly.
universe. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
hell
Karma is
yeah.
real. I believe in karma. I believe in the universe. I believe in the afterlife. I believe in all that, honey.
Mhm.
Yes, you have what you put out into the universe throughout your entire life, from the day you
Yes.
enter this world to the day you leave this world. You're going to get it back 10
Mhm.
times fold. I am a
Mhm.
100% believer of that, honey. And let
Same.
me
Mhm.
tell you something, honey. I done been through some things. And I
Yes.
didn't pay for some things that I didn't
Mhm.
did. You understand me? So
Right.
I'm a
Wow.
big believer in when you put out negativity, or especially when you intentionally do
Mm.
things to hurt
Yes.
others. Oh, honey,
Mhm.
best believe. And if it don't hit you, it may hit your children.
Mhm.
It may hit
Mhm.
your grandchildren. It may hit
Mhm.
somebody
Right.
that you love and care about. But trust me, and that
Right.
go for people in your family and all.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the ones that you're born into. Okay, you
Mhm.
know your relatives is what
Wow.
I like to call them, child. But you know what
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
So that's a
saying.
whole
You
conversation
know
in
what
my
I'm
family about whose family, whose relatives.
saying?
Boy, oh boy.
Ugh.
Well, anyway, let's talk about letting go because
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I again, I'm a lover of TikTok. I'm a lover of social media. I came
Uh-huh.
across your page, I want to say like a year ago. I feel like it
Really?
was a year ago. Yeah, I feel like it was a year ago. But I wasn't like
I don't even
as
feel special.
active as I am now. Now I'm like, who and who? Because I mean, you and I have such good banter. We
Uh-huh.
get in them comments and go at it. It's
Yes, son,
hilarious.
I would interact with y'all. I would talk with y'all. Shoot, y'all. At this point, y'all my damn family. Yeah.
That's what I'm
For
talking
You know
real.
about.
what I'm
That's
saying?
what
Y'all
I'm
the only
talking about.
humans I talk to on the earth is on TikTok because in my
For real.
personal life, I stay to myself, me, myself,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and my family. And that's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
sacred to me. I don't interact with people like that because I done had too many bad experiences. I have too many expectations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm
Hmm.
a positive person and I want positive, like I want good for you, and if you
Hmm.
come
Hmm.
around me, that's what I want for you. And when I
Yep.
care
Hmm.
about you, I care about you. So when you cross that line and you cross that step, it's a wrap. You understand me? It's a
Right.
wrap.
Wow.
You can't come
Yeah.
back. It no matter who you is too. That's unfortunate because that's one thing I have not learned, like to forgive even people in my own family. I mean,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ooh, child. So
Hmm.
it's just like I guess that's why I'm in therapy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But
that's what
think about it. If other people went to therapy, maybe we wouldn't have all these
Hmm.
because
issues.
yes,
Hmm.
one thing
But
I
so
do,
many people don't.
yes, one thing I
Hmm.
can say is I think that I'm gonna say this. I know for me in my household growing up, my mother didn't teach us how to deal with conflict,
Yeah.
even
Okay.
conflict amongst your siblings, like how to resolve conflict within your family. Just think
Hmm.
about it. Why we got so much conflict within our families,
Hmm.
Yeah.
because we don't know
Right.
how to resolve it. And what I don't like is when you go too low. Because if you go to the flow,
I'm gonna kick
I'm
you in the
going to
face.
hell.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So
Oh my
let's
God.
let's not do that. And especially if you love me. Like if you love me and you truly say you love me and you care about me, your actions gotta match up with that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that goes
Right.
across the board. I don't care if you're my mama, my child, my sister, my bro. I don't care who you is. Because
Hmm.
that's a title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
yes, we're trained growing up to love our sisters and love our parents and
Hmm.
let's keep the family together. And but sometimes the relatives ain't really what it is. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Sometimes it's your
Well.
family, it's people that you try to bring around and you care and people that you attract to. You know what I'm saying? That like really want to see you win. Go ahead,
Right.
because
Hmm.
I turn I go to talking and
Girl,
child.
well, no, I was just gonna piggyback off what you're saying, right? Like we give we give family too many outs. We give
Yes.
them too we put them on pedestals
Mm-hmm.
as if they're not regular people.
Yes.
And so what I say to Sylvia is that people do people shit. Like family too, right?
Hmm.
Nobody gets any breaks here. And if
No.
family is going to the floor, like you said, if they're being guttermost or being critical and harsh, if they were anybody else, how would we treat them? If they were anybody else, would we keep giving them chance after chance?
Come
And the
on,
answer, of
now.
course, no.
No, if you was
Exactly.
So,
anybody else, I about would have bust you in your shit.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
no,
I about wanted to bust you
Exactly.
in your shit.
Right.
Okay. If we gonna
Right.
keep it all the way real now, you know what I'm saying? But that's what God and prayer and spirituality and medication and therapy. You know
yeah,
what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Child,
yeah.
So
please.
how and when did you start gardening?
It was my goal. I'm a
Okay.
person that like to set goals. So I'm a
Hmm.
big believer in goals. I always have been since I was a child. Like I gotta set a goal because to me, that's the whole point of life. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
of course, okay, yeah, you have kids, you can get married and all that, but at the same time, you're still a human being and you're still here to do something. Like we all have
Hmm.
brains and we all got a
Right.
Right,
mind. You know what I'm saying? Like
right, right,
you're here to be something in this world. So
Hmm.
right.
for me, I like to keep goals in life. So it don't matter what it is. If I need to work on this, if I need to change this, if I'm trying to work towards something, I set 5-year goals. That's
Okay,
something me and my husband live by. You
Okay.
that's
gotta
nice.
set a goal because if we ain't working towards nothing, what we doing? What we
Right,
doing?
that's
You know,
so true.
I
Exactly.
don't even care if you my husband.
Exactly.
If we're not even working towards nothing in a relationship, what we doing? Because
Yeah,
okay, we love each other, we paying bills. Now what?
right,
Hmm.
We raising
right,
some
Hmm.
kids. Okay,
yeah,
I'm more
Right.
than just somebody mama. Shit, you
right,
know what I'm saying? I'm more than just somebody wife. I am the hell.
right. So you
Exactly.
have you always wanted to be a gardener?
No.
Okay,
It just,
Really?
no, I promise you, no. It just started when I wanted to buy a house. It was me and my
okay,
husband's goal to buy a house. So once I started fantasizing, I'm like, okay, you know what? Because number one, I made a promise to God.
Mhm.
Like I ain't gonna tell you my problem, 'cause it ain't your business. So don't even ask me. But you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? I made a promise to God that if He made certain things happen in my life and certain changes that I'm gonna make and I'm gonna
Yeah.
work towards. That's why
Okay.
Right.
therapy and all that has been, to me, all this is part of the process of me growing as a
Yeah.
woman and who I want to become.
Right. That's
Mm-hmm.
So
lovely.
oh, shut up. Y'all ain't finna get me on here crying now.
It's okay.
No
I
ma'am.
cry once a
No
month.
ma'am. I'm not crying on the internet. No ma'am. Okay.
It's a thing.
Okay,
It's
hold
a
on. Let me
thing.
see. So yes, we made it a goal to get a house or whatever. And I said when I
Mhm.
get me a house, I want to start a garden. Like I
Right.
want to
Okay.
have a place at my house because I spend a lot of time home. I like being home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I be
Mm-hmm.
home, I work from home, I'm always home. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a place where I can go and I can find my version of peace. Something
Mhm.
that I
Okay.
create and something that, you know what I'm saying, can't nobody take from me. So when I
Right.
cry, I cry in my garden, boohoo cry like a 5-year-old. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
saying? I used to
wow.
cry in my
Yes.
shower, not cry in my garden.
Nice.
Which is such a
That's
prettier place to
You know
cry.
what
Let
I'm
me just
saying?
tell y'all.
You
It is
know?
nothing
wow.
like sitting on the
Yeah.
edge of a garden bed or sitting on a little stool or sitting in a chair and just, I'm going to just cry it out. Let me just
Mhm.
get it over with. Let me get it out.
Yes.
I'm
How do you
telling you.
feel how do you feel when you got that good cry and you're in your garden? How you feel after that?
Ugh. I be feeling good because I be saying to myself, like, why you crying? Look what you've
Mm-hmm.
accomplished. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So then my
Mhm.
brain be like, okay, so what else can we do?
Mm-hmm.
You know
Nice.
what I'm saying? So
Yes.
what
Mm-hmm.
else can we do? So we working on something else right now as a partnership in our relationship, in our marriage, because that's what I like to do. So I be so excited with just, well, I can't wait to see what else we can do, babe. Like, what else can we do together? You know
That's
what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because that
so
make me happy. It's
mhm.
working towards something that makes you happy, so you can get out these
Yeah.
dark spaces.
Yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
you depressed, you will sit and think about all that sad shit you've been through, honey. Let me tell you something. You will live your life like that. So you keep
Mhm.
putting all that negativity out in the universe and you getting all
Mhm.
that negative energy back. You
Mhm.
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So I had to start realizing what my husband kept telling me. He was like, you got to stop talking like that. You got to
Yeah.
stop thinking like that. Like I understand
Yeah.
because you done been through a whole lot and I understand
Yeah.
that, these things have happened to you, but you can't keep putting out negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Stop having
Mm-hmm.
negative thoughts. He was like, if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. Do what you need to
Mhm.
do.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
don't agree
Good.
with me taking the medication, but he like, if it's gonna help you, baby, I'm all for it. You know what I'm
I
saying? And
think
Mm-hmm.
that's
that's
really all
so
that matter. My daughter
yeah.
support me, because
Yeah.
I had
That's
conversations
beautiful.
with her too, and
Mhm.
she understands her mother, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's
I
Yeah.
good.
think it's so beautiful that you have a partner who
Mm-hmm.
align with your core values.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
I think it sounds like it makes life
Oh, child,
even better.
no, ma'am, I would not. Hold on. Mm-mm.
Let me tell you.
Hold on.
This is a space that is safe and it is okay if you cry. Because
I
trust
love
me,
this girl.
I
Oh my
get
gosh,
on this
Phoenix
show
girl.
and
Stop, because I'm
cry.
gonna really start crying. Don't do that.
Okay,
It's
okay.
Okay,
it's okay.
So
okay,
we'll pull away.
okay.
I'll listen. I don't want you crying up in here, like,
Oh,
because I don't think that's
child,
what
because
you
like
want
I'm
to
in
do.
therapy.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you
Cause
are a
see,
therapist.
girl, I got 1,000 questions for you. But
Okay, go
I
ahead.
wanna.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh my God. So, yes. So, what is this experience like for you? You've been in therapy now for 6 months.
Mhm.
How has this benefited you?
I love therapy
Mm-hmm.
and I love my therapist.
Okay,
I
that's
Okay.
appreciate her
beautiful.
so much. I appreciate her and my psychiatrist. You know
Okay,
what I'm
Okay.
saying? I really do.
what do you appreciate about
I
her?
appreciate I, I appreciate how both of these ladies are actually trying to help me. And
Mm-hmm.
one thing me and my therapist talk about again is setting goals.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's crazy is I had a when my job has been stressing me out a lot or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and because I talk on the phone all day, I work in healthcare, so it can
Mm-hmm.
be very stressful. And I'm such a giving person where you want to help people, but at some point it gets draining. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
saying? Like I feel like my energy is being sucked dry from me. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, she just asked me, she was like, what is it that you want to do or whatever? And I told her what my goal was, and she said, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what you want to do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's
Yeah.
what you want to do, so like you want to make it happen, like what have you done? And ever
Right.
since I've been in therapy, I'm talking
Yeah.
about been making move after move after move. And it's kind of exciting because
Mm-hmm.
again, when I go talk to her, I see her twice a month. So
Mm-hmm.
when I go talk to her, I always got something to talk about. She always asks me, okay, so how's this coming along? So what
Mm-hmm.
Right.
process are you in right now? You know what I'm saying? Okay,
I
so you
love
went and
it.
did this or whatever. And it's like it's exciting because it gives me something to look towards. Like again, because I need to have them goals.
Right.
And
Nice.
if I didn't have the goals and I wasn't working towards something, and I had the stress of my just stress of my job, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Trying to deal with that and trying to still be like a giver and
Mhm.
all. Like my therapist said, I'm suffering from what you call it caregiver. Come on, you the therapist. Come on.
I
What's the
never heard of that term. So,
it's
I mean,
called?
I think therapists, they have there are a lot of
No, the
different terms out
psychiatrist,
there.
not the therapist, the
Okay.
psychiatrist, the
Okay.
doctor.
Oh.
Okay.
The doctor.
She
She said it's
said,
called caregiver. It's something that when you care for people in the healthcare system, you
mhm.
start having like grief where you
Mhm.
care so
Oh.
much to the point that you don't even want to do it no more. So it's
Mhm.
like starting to make
So
you
it's
like,
like caregiver burnout type of
yes,
thing?
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what's yes, yes.
Mhm.
She was
Okay.
like, that's what I'm starting to experience. Where you care so much, but it's starting to come to a point where you just, I just,
Mhm. And you know what? I'm glad that she's been able to say that and
hmm
you resonate with that,
hmm
because there comes a time which it applies to what we're talking about now. It comes a time when we have to care less, right? And
woo,
it's not a cruel thing to care less. Sometimes we do care too much, but if we care less, we give the other person or parties,
power.
well, yes, and we also give them permission to start to care more if we start to
Ooh,
care less. And
Ooh.
that's what we need to do. We need to take some of that weight off of us and allow just delegate, distribute that weight so that they
hmm
can start to care more. And if we let
hmm
them, they will care more. We
yes.
have to stop being enablers, and that's the thing. We enable.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on
Mhm.
now. Now that's a word.
Mhm.
Preach.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but you notice the difference. I can imagine. What's the
hmm
difference you notice over this time since you've been in therapy?
I care more about me
Yes.
There
and
we
And
my
go.
happiness. Because
yes.
at the end of the day, they come and they go. But
Yeah.
if
Mm.
I'm unhealthy, I can't
Yeah.
be healthy for nobody else. No way. I can't even be
That
healthy for my own family, my own husband, my own child,
that's
my own
right.
personal problems. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
everybody
Right.
going through something. I got my own personal issues and traumas. I'm trying to fight.
Yeah.
I gotta
Mhm.
take
Yeah.
care of me first, baby.
Yeah.
And that's just what that
Put
Absolutely.
is.
your mask
If I
on
don't take
first.
care of me, yeah, if I don't take care of me, I can't be of service to nobody.
Mhm.
Because
Right.
when you work in healthcare, you are of service to others, and
Yeah.
it can be a lot. It can be a
Yeah.
lot. But at the end of the day, I do enjoy it and I do like it because it does
Mhm.
bring me joy when I feel like I'm helping somebody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I'm not a
Yeah.
Mhm.
miserable person. Like I take joy out seeing people win. Because if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can do it, I can do it too, and we can do it. Okay, and it's really
Right.
great. Don't
Mhm.
hesitate. Okay.
Right.
I
I
love it.
love it.
I
And
love
But it
it.
yes,
sounds like you have boundaries now more
hmm
than ever.
I have to. I have
Mhm.
to because I done had so many people wrong me in ways that,
Yeah.
yeah, I
That's
know.
that's part of like why I wanted you to do the show. I saw
hmm
when you
Mm.
shared your story of like
hmm
the trauma you went through with your family, the trauma
Yes.
you went through with having your child and
Yes.
losing your mother
Ooh,
and
see
just
that. Don't do that.
one thing
See,
after
that's some
another.
triggers, boy.
I understand. I
Ooh,
understand.
ooh, Lord have mercy, Jesus God.
But
So,
how did you make it how did you make it past all of that? Was
yeah.
I'm not past it. We still working through it.
oh
Okay.
healed, healing, not
I'm
Yeah.
healed.
healed. There you go. I ain't healed.
I got
Okay.
you.
We still working through this, honey.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is an ongoing process. That's why I ongoing go to therapy.
Mhm. Okay.
I understand.
But what are some of the things you are doing to get through or to heal or to
um,
be in your process of healing?
the biggest thing for me, what it's gonna come down to me and my healing is going to be. Oh, I even hate to say it out loud. I hate to say it out loud to her too. It's just it's that inner child.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the 16. Ooh,
it's all right. Take your time.
See
It's
that?
okay. It's
Take your
okay.
time.
I do not want
This
to be on the internet crying.
but you
Take
know
your
what?
time.
You know what? I got questions about that. Girl, fuck what people think.
It ain't
You
about
know,
nobody to think. I just don't want to be on the internet crying.
what does
I
that
Oh,
even mean? What
so
does
look
that mean?
ugly.
No, you're not.
oh no,
You're
no,
beautiful.
ma'am.
You're beautiful. Let me just say this.
On the
Yeah,
internet crying.
yeah, I feel
Okay.
you though. I feel you though.
Okay.
But I will tell you what you're doing right now. You are helping so many people more than you even realize.
Yep.
Well, that's a good thing. You
Even
are.
even even dotting your eyes. Everything matters. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Oh
So
Lord, Jesus. See though.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't even worry about it.
Yes.
Okay,
Like
go
I
ahead.
said,
Come on now. We gonna push through, child.
there
Yeah.
are plenty of episodes of me on here boohoo
Yeah.
crying. Okay,
Mhm.
no tissue
Yeah.
in sight, just
So
whatever we
yes,
could use.
hit it.
But
Healing the 16-year-old version of me is very important because I
Yeah.
saved
okay,
my mother was murdered.
Okay.
So
okay,
yeah. Yeah,
I hear
That's
you.
gotta
yeah.
be a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That person to be, oh, see that? No, come on now.
It's all right.
Mhm.
Take your time.
Yeah. Take your time.
Yeah,
We're
when I talk
here.
about my mom, I'm gonna start crying.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's okay. I love it. It's okay.
Okay. Ooh,
This is part
child.
of the healing. This is part of
Mhm.
the healing.
Y'all better look. I can't.
Mm-mm.
Uh, 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 uh. Boy, look at here. Y'all got me going through therapy. Look at that. I'm starting to cry, mucus. Okay, come on, let's get through this.
Well,
Mhm.
that's my actual therapist. She's
Mhm.
gonna ask these kind of questions, and so am I.
Okay,
After doing this for so
okay.
long.
So, healing the 16-year-old version of me is important
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
she's pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. She
Mhm.
mad as hell. Yeah, she
Mhm.
mad as hell, and she be wanting to whoop a lot of bitches' asses that done
Mhm.
did stuff to her.
Mhm.
That
Okay.
Mhm.
wasn't there for her. Oh Lord, see, no,
Mhm.
Take your time.
It's okay. It's okay.
y'all got me on the fucking. This is crazy.
Take your time.
We
Okay.
appreciate you too. I want you to know that.
Oh my
And
God.
we thank you so much for being vulnerable and being
Mhm.
candid.
I can't help it when I, yeah, it's real. I mean,
Mhm.
my feelings are
Mhm.
Yep.
my feelings. I can't.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't fake hurt, baby. You can't fake trauma. That's real.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
You can't fake none
you
of
Thank you.
that.
cannot.
Yeah.
Whew, okay.
Mhm.
Let me read you something.
Go ahead.
Emotional stability is built in the field of vulnerability.
Yep.
So keep
And
being vulnerable. Keep
right because
sharing like this.
it builds you in more
Mhm.
ways than you ever know.
Ooh.
I had to learn that my tears were not a show of weakness. They were letting whatever that extra shit was bubbling up, those were
Mhm.
the bubbles going over the side of the pan to get the fuck
Really,
out.
that's why I be
Right.
crying. That's one thing that me and my
Mhm.
Yeah.
therapist talk about. She like,
Mm.
that's why you be crying because you keep trying to hold it in.
Yeah,
She
let the
like,
Yeah.
you
shit
gonna have
out.
to. She like, you gonna have to. You gonna. She like, why you won't let it go? And I said, I think I'm scared to let the 16-year-old version of me go.
But you
Mm,
know what? She'll never go. What you're doing right now, because how old are you today?
I will be 41 this year.
Okay.
well,
So
we're the
in
same
your
age.
right. And so I'm gonna tell both of you
Uh,
all. In your 40s, so much is gonna be revealed to you that
mhm,
you never knew.
mhm,
There's gonna be this level of growth and
mhm.
maturity that's gonna take over,
I hope
that's
so.
gonna blow your mind. It's happening now. And like even imagine who you are right now,
Mhm,
right? That 16-year-old version of you is still there and always will be there,
mhm.
but you're comforting her, you're talking to her, and I call it doing surgery on the past. So this is what you're doing right now. You're doing surgery on the
Oh
past
Lord Jesus.
to it's like you're talking to that
I want to make
16-year-old
sure.
to let her know what's going on. So imagine you were to talk to her now. You said that 16-year-old was angry.
She still
What
is.
would you what would you say now in your knowing now to help her? What would you say to her?
I don't know how to help her.
Really?
Mm,
Mm-mm.
How
I
is
think
that?
I think I'm still working on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'm
Okay.
still working on that.
I feel the
Okay.
same way because I
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
lost my father at 17.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So literally same time
Mhm.
Mhm.
because we're the
Mhm.
same
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
Uh, it's still things that I'm like, I don't know what to say to her.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
There are
Mhm.
things I know to say to like 20-year-old me. There
Mhm.
are things I know
Mhm.
to say 24-year-old
But
me,
not her.
but
Mhm.
that girl, I'm like
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
that
Well, what it
conversation would be long, and I'm not sure that I think I would step on my words so much in
Mhm.
having that conversation, or
Mhm.
just there's no one blanket statement I could say to
Mhm.
her.
Right. Well, at different stages and different times, there might be something that it would come to you to say, and it
Mhm.
also could be you just sit with her, you
Mm,
know, or you could just empathize with her to say, "Girl, you
Sound
were
like my
mad.
therapist.
I can imagine I would be mad too. You want to fuck somebody up? Yeah, I would fuck somebody up too. Like it's okay. It's like if
mm-mm,
nothing else, I hear you, I see you, I understand where you're coming from. You don't have to try to correct her. You don't have to fix her because she don't need
Mhm.
fixing. Neither one. You, Sylvia, me,
Oh Lord, see
you,
that?
and you don't need to fix her. She
okay.
See.
you are
We better be able
validated
to
in
have a
how you
crying
feel.
session.
Yeah. Well, this turned,
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Well, the
but
biggest thing is to recognize that you don't have to try to fix her.
Yeah,
However she was at every stage in our lives, it happened for a reason, and we
I
don't
I
have to
think
try to make nothing fixed.
I think the main thing that I have in all of our time together, Gloria, is realizing that like I had to take the try to fix part out
Mhm.
and try to empathize in that
Right,
space
right.
instead because yeah, I'll go to fixing the whole time.
Mhm.
How do I
Mhm.
Yeah.
change this? How do I rewind? How do I do?
Mm-mm.
What do I do different? Any of
Right.
those things instead of just being like, "Are you all right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
good?
Mhm.
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 Okay, let's go the next day. Let's try to
Right.
keep going because same tendencies to not want to be here, same tendencies to like end it all,
Mhm.
same everything.
Mhm.
Not, you know, the same path, but I can
Right.
empathize with you because I've had those same intrusive thoughts of like,
Yeah. It
it would
ain't.
just be easier if I didn't have to do this
Oh
anymore.
yeah. Oh
Right.
yeah.
Or
I
it would
definitely
Yeah.
be
been there.
easier on other people if they didn't have to watch me walk through this part of my
Yeah.
Yeah.
life.
Or if you feel
Yeah.
like this way about me, you think I'm this type of person. Well, then what is the point of me being
What
here? Because nobody care.
exactly.
Don't nobody. You
Mhm.
don't care. You don't care. Why do I care? Why should I care?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and another thing I'll say too is what you're learning now is that sometimes people say shit that they didn't even realize that they were saying,
Mhm.
or they might have realized it and didn't, we recognize now that shit, they go through some of the same things and they project.
See that? See, my thought process ain't like that because we
Mm,
all have. I believe in accountability. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you don't go low like that with somebody that you supposed to care about and somebody that you supposed to love. You don't do that.
Well,
You
that's what
don't.
I'm talking about. We talk about suppose. There are no supposes. People do
You're
people
right.
shit.
You're right. People
And
do
so
mm,
people shit.
everybody's in different places. And so we imagine that people are supposed to do stuff. As we see it, we get to decide. That's why I'm saying, as far as your boundaries,
Mhm.
now when people go low, you don't even have to fuck with them. It's like,
My
mhm.
listen.
fist still go to hell. I'm still trying to work on that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that 16-year-old might not have known that because
Uh-huh.
we're brought up with a whole
Mhm.
bunch of programming, right? We're
Yeah,
Yeah.
brought
that's true.
we're brought in this world thinking that this is supposed to be a way,
Mhm.
when the truth is we don't know how people are going to show up.
Yeah.
People show up how they show up. And now, because you know better, you know how to deal with them. Maybe some days you might give them some stuff, and some days you might not fuck with them at all. You might not.
I'm just a
Mm,
not fucking with you no more person. Yeah, I
yeah.
will not.
But
Mm-mm.
also too, I feel like I'm in defense of 17-year-old me. Like I want to
Hmm.
protect
Hmm.
17-year-old me, which in turn is like, yeah, I want to fuck some people up
But
Hmm.
because
what's crazy, mine is the
yeah.
opposite. Mine is
Hmm.
16 on me to want to protect adult version of me.
Mm.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Okay.
she the one that wants to get back.
Mhm.
You
okay.
know,
Mhm.
the adult
Mhm.
version of me is the person that I'm trying to blossom into. The one
Mhm.
that could just breathe and just be like, you know
Mhm.
what?
Mhm.
Can't change what happened. It ain't nobody
Yeah.
fault. Don't
Yeah.
because a lot of things that I didn't been through, with me losing my mom has caused when it comes to what type of mother I am, how I
Mhm.
parent,
Okay.
Mhm.
my relationship with my oldest daughter. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's just yeah,
Mm.
and I'm starting to recognize that now.
Yeah.
You know,
You're saying like you took lessons from that and you're applying them now, or you took lessons from that and you're like, let me not do that now.
not even that I took lessons. It's just more so a lot of I didn't know I was suffering from so many things because
Mm.
it was
Mm,
always you gotta think about it. My mother got murdered when I was 16, so from there I was in the streets. So I'm out
Mhm.
mhm.
in the streets trying to learn
Mhm.
how to be,
Mhm.
you know, a
Mm.
survivor, I guess. And I had to be out in the streets because I
Mhm.
didn't have no family.
Mhm. Mhm.
Nobody wanted me.
No,
Mhm.
Nobody.
like nobody in your family was like,
I don't come from a big family, anyways.
Mhm.
okay,
So yeah, my
okay.
mother was like the matriarch of our family.
Mhm.
Anyways, so
Mhm.
when that happens amongst black people, when the
Mhm.
matriarch dies,
Yep,
the
people
family
just
gets
That's
disband.
respect.
Did you have siblings?
I
Or
have
do
a
you have siblings?
I have
Okay.
a
Uh-huh.
A sibling.
older
Okay.
Okay. And
sibling.
they didn't help try
I
to do.
mean, we don't have a relationship.
Mhm.
Mm,
Mhm. I hear you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
well,
and that could be a part of life, right?
Oh,
Again,
yeah, what it is?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so how did you make it? How did you get through that time?
Doing a lot of things I didn't think I would have to be doing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, as a female. And
Mhm.
let me just say you this. I definitely didn't think that some things that I had to do to survive I would be doing, because that's not what
Right.
I envisioned for myself as a young girl
Right.
growing up. Oh, when I grew up, I wanted to go to college.
Mhm.
I wanted, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a rattler. I
Mhm.
wanted to be in a sorority. I wanted to ski. I wanted to do all that.
Right.
Mhm. Yep.
So
Yep.
that was always my plans. You know what I'm saying? And then life took a turn. I was always good in school. I always made good grades.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
just life took a turn for me, and my mama got murdered by her
Mhm.
boyfriend. And when I was
Mhm.
16,
Mhm.
well, I remember that day like it just happened. I was in my cosmetology class, and yeah, officer walked in, and he was the neighborhood resource officer or whatever. And he walked in, and he what's crazy, he didn't even tell me what happened. I thought I did something.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
Oh,
I thought I had did something.
Mhm.
And we got in that car and took that ride. And by the time we pulled up in my neighborhood, I had knew what time it was.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, and you pull up and you see that tape around your house. You
Mhm. You already
yeah.
know.
ooh, see that
Mhm.
It's
mm,
okay. Take
Mhm.
your time.
How
mm.
did how did you get through?
um by staying busy.
Okay.
That's one thing
Okay.
that I've learned by going to therapy, that we have figured out. That's what anxiety come from. That's
Mhm.
my coping mechanism. So I
Okay.
would
Okay.
always go to school and try to
Uh-huh.
stay busy and try to learn how to do something else. And I'm going to go take a class, and I'm going to go take a course, and I'm going to go get a job and try to get promoted and try to. So it was always trying to stay busy, because I had a
Mhm.
kid to take care of too.
Mhm.
I got pregnant
Yeah.
at 18, and
Mhm. Mhm.
anywho, but because that's another story.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I had to stay busy. I was living in the streets and everything. Yeah,
Right.
That
with my
Right.
baby.
Yeah.
sounds like 2020 me.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's exactly what that sounds like.
Mhm.
2019, 2020 me was like all this anxiety, all this depression. Okay, if
Mhm.
I just keep this is how the black girl with tools was born.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because I kept saying, well, I can't go back to teaching. That was, you know, that's his own thing. That's his own set of trauma. But I kept saying the same thing. If I just do this, if I just do that, if I try this, if I try that, if I
Mhm.
learn all these skills,
Mhm.
Mhm.
then I'll be better or
Yeah.
I'll be more presentable or I'll be whatever.
Well, for
And
me,
Mhm.
it was more like survival.
yeah,
Mhm.
it
It
Mhm.
wasn't.
it was the
It
same.
was me surviving, because
Yeah.
It
it's
was the
me, and
same.
I got a kid, and ain't got no mother, and ain't got no parents, and ain't got nowhere to go, and it's I'm in the streets. You know
Did
what I'm
did
saying?
you did
Mhm.
you discover that you became your own parent?
Yeah, I'm still teaching myself every day.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I teach myself
Mhm.
every day. That's one thing the conversation I like to have with my daughter, that
Mhm.
she understands that. Remember, your mama don't know. Let me see that.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the
Mama
thing
don't know
too.
everything. She don't got a mama.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But
everything I learned,
your mom
yeah.
didn't know everything either. And if she was
She
still
didn't.
here,
She
right.
still wouldn't, but it still
Right.
is having someone to go to.
I hear
Yeah,
you. I
I
hear
don't
you.
have
it
that.
is.
I don't
Yeah.
have that. And you don't realize how much you need that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
why I'm in therapy.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in
It's so
therapy.
I'm I got so many questions and I'm gonna pull back though. And so Sylvia, you were saying you were about to ask a question.
So let's fast forward.
Okay.
At what point okay, you've gone through everything you've gone through. You've lost your mother,
Mhm.
life turned upside down.
Mhm.
How do you still get to be Boughetto Gardener? What point in your life do you finally like take control and say that's it?
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, I don't know. I guess since ever since I bought a home, because that was my
Mhm.
goal.
Right.
Okay.
That was a
Right.
part of my goal, to change my life, and to,
Mhm.
especially when I turned 40, I was like, listen, I just I don't want to be the same person I was before. So once I turned
Mhm.
40 and we bought a house, and that just has been my goal ever since then, to just grow and just let go and try to
Mhm.
be better than what I was before, and try to, blossom into the woman who I'm supposed to be. That's my goal.
That's nice.
That's
That's
That
what I
nice.
care
makes
about.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been in your house a year?
Go two, two, two.
2
Yeah,
years. Okay. That's
two,
awesome.
two. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell me, what have you learned about yourself in these past couple of years as far as after you
A lot.
bought your house? Yeah.
A lot, a lot, a lot, especially again through therapy. Like,
Mhm.
I've learned that like, for instance,
Mhm.
it's a lot of things as a female I would never experience, or
Right.
as a young girl that I would
Mhm.
never, that was was taken away from me, ripped
Okay.
away. So
Right.
then I expected to get those things when I had a kid.
Mhm.
That didn't
Mhm.
happen. That
Mhm.
was ripped
Okay.
away from me too.
Mm-hmm.
So then I put that expectation on my youngest daughter. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
therapy has made me realize I have to stop doing that
Mm-hmm.
because it's not their fault.
Yeah.
That I don't
Yeah.
get to experience those things, or I don't get to do certain things, or I don't get
Mm-hmm.
to have certain things because I don't have a mother, or those parts of my life was taken from me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I definitely realized I had to stop. I got to stop.
Right. Right.
And because it ain't their fault, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like it's always feel like something's missing, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to work on that.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
So I try to do better every day with that.
Yeah.
And communication is key with me. And my husband plays a big part in my happiness as well. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? My husband is my best friend.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
Yep.
that's beautiful.
he plays a big part in my happiness because he kept by me, and we've been knowing each other since we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's just he plays a big part of me being happy, and I appreciate him for that.
Yeah.
I really do, because
Yeah.
shit, I mean, I wasn't even trying to be married. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I didn't
it's
care about
it's
none of that.
well, I love the fact that you have somebody in your life that knew you when,
Mm-hmm.
and that you don't have to keep retelling your story, right?
No,
Like he gets
Yes.
you.
he
He
does.
gets you.
He
That's what's up.
understands. He
Mhm.
understands.
I love it.
Even when it's taking him some time to realize, like, because he don't like seeing me cry. That why
Mhm.
when he walked in here, he was like, they got
Mhm.
to stop that crying. I don't like that. He don't like seeing me cry. My daughter don't like seeing me cry. They don't like that.
Right. Right.
So but he has helped me a lot, and I appreciate that for him.
I
Yeah,
love it.
It's
I love it.
beautiful.
yeah,
It's
that
nothing
means a
like a
lot to
good
me.
partner. I
I'm trying to
Girl.
totally
tell
agree.
you, yeah, that's my best friend. And I
That's
will
good.
nuck if you butt pitch. So don't.
Look,
Love it.
I understand. I understand.
Don't
I
try me.
love it.
I understand. 100%
Mm-hmm.
understand.
Ooh. This is
Okay.
this has been a pretty, even with all the shit that I know you're gonna
All the
fix,
technical
Sylvia,
difficulties.
but man, this has been an awesome ass podcast today. Like I love this episode. It's really like learning, to me, like really setting this intention about letting go of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
learning to let go,
Mm-hmm.
understanding that the things that we imagine that's supposed to be, the shit that we've been taught that's supposed to, like life is, that's not true.
Yeah.
No.
Life happens how it happens, and everybody has a different story.
And don't nobody
Mhm.
know what they doing. None of
Right.
us.
No, there's no manual to anything.
To
There's no
nothing.
manual for parents, to life,
Nothing.
to barely
Nothing.
at your job is there a manual
Right.
even.
People barely
Yeah.
being themselves. You know how hard it is to
Yeah.
be your true self? That's
Yep.
Girl.
why I'm big on that. I am my true self. I don't give a damn if you like me, you do like me, you don't like. I don't give a bitch.
Exactly.
And
You
how
know
does it?
what's
What is the price? How does that help the price of rice in China, bitch? Gas is still high. So tell me,
Right.
groceries still high. So you don't like me, and what? Life go
right,
the fuck on.
right, right,
Or somebody
right.
say I'm trying not to do all that cussing.
No, but it's okay.
It's all right.
And Sylvia, these are takeaways. How about
T-
that?
Go ahead with the takeaways, Lori.
Girl,
Okay,
you
Go
better you better
ahead.
say it.
take it away, honey.
These are takeaways. These are the things that we're getting in life. We're
Mhm.
finding out that the shit that's supposed to be, there are none. There are no
Yeah.
supposed to be's. We
Right.
don't we
That's what
don't
I
get a
learned.
manual. Like, we can have a mom, we cannot have a mom. We could have been born, and our parents just gave us away. Like,
And you own nothing, not even your children. Know that.
right,
I'm here to
girl.
tell you from experience, you own nothing, not even your
Mm-hmm.
children. You
Mm-hmm.
know why? Because they are still human beings with their own mind.
Girl.
Yep.
You
Okay?
better say that. And see, I never even said anything like that to her. She already knows. Like, like, don't nobody owe us anything, and we don't owe anybody anything.
Yep. Yep.
Those are, oh girl. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Saying.
Beautiful.
I'm working. I'm working. I'm getting there. This is why I wanted to talk to you because
Mm-hmm.
your spirit and how you embody yourself
Mm-hmm.
Oh
first
yeah, I love me now.
Mm-hmm.
is the this
Yeah.
is she reminds me of Robin even.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Of like
Yes.
how Robin
Yes.
was like, we're gonna deal with this shit,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
You
whatever
got
has to
to.
do with Robin is having to do with Robin. I'm working to get towards, and I'm closer and closer of
Mm-hmm.
Sylvia is coming to the damn center.
I know that's
Mm-hmm.
right.
That's beautiful.
I'm
And
just to the side, and now I'm like, hey,
No, you can't keep doing
bring
yeah.
that to
your
yourself.
ass
You can't
over
keep
Mm-hmm.
tossing
here.
yourself to the side and putting others before you. You can't
Yeah.
even put your
Mhm.
kids before you. I
Right.
know that's something that we are taught, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But how many times have your kids destroyed you? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of us,
Mm.
because you so stuck on that's my child. Yeah, it is. He's also a person with a brain.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only do
Mm-hmm.
so much. If you feel like you did the best that you can do, it's nothing else that you can do.
Yeah.
We all humans, we all make mistakes, we all flaw, and we all deserve grace at some point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely trying to get to a place of, because honey, I don't get nobody grace. And when I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know
And
what
I
I'm
would
saying?
tell you these things that you're saying, that's
Mm-hmm.
what you tell your 16-year-old self. You get what I'm saying? Because
Well,
this is
hopefully she listening now.
because this is what you've learned. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
as a you had to get out there and get in it to experience these things
mm-hmm.
to get right here.
Okay.
All these
Mm.
things happen to where, to help you be right in this moment right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
Okay. That's a
we
good way
didn't
to look at
know,
it.
but now we do.
Okay, that might be my takeaway again of like, you don't know what you didn't know. So
Mhm.
let that shit go.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And you can only do better from once you do learn. You just try to do
Yes.
better. You try to do better.
Mhm.
Just try not to make the same mistakes twice. Some
Yes.
of us
Mm-hmm.
fall down several times though. You just
Yeah.
hard headed, and the hard
And
headed
Right.
that
makes you so fast.
right. But again, those times that we fall down, the hope is that we don't beat ourselves up about it and
Mm-hmm.
ask ourselves, "Hey, you ready? You ready? You ready to learn from
Yeah.
this shit? You ready?"
At some point, you have to. You got to take control of it and say, you know what? I'm just. You have to figure out who do you want to be. Who do you
Yeah.
want to be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Has the same thing been serving just makes you sad, depressed, you're miserable, you know what I'm
Girl.
saying? You're gaining weight, you're drinking yourself to death, you're drugging yourself, whatever you're doing to
Mhm.
try to not deal with the issue is not
Mhm.
helping you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't escape your mind, baby.
Girl.
No.
That mind go all deep between that brain, honey. Okay? You can't escape nothing between your brain.
Mm.
You can look at yourself every day. I don't care how you dress it up. I don't care what you Gucci'd up with. I don't care what hairstyle you got on. I don't care what diamonds you got, what car you drive, what house you drive. Those are things, honey. Those are
Mhm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you
Mhm.
think so many rich people still miserable?
Girl, you better say it.
That's tangible. You know what I'm saying? That's tangible. But if you don't deal with your health and your mental health,
Mhm.
you're gonna lose your goddamn mind. Believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't
No,
Believe it.
stop
that's right.
or change what you're thinking, and if your thinking is
Yes.
negative and sending you down a path, I love how you
You going down a
said,
negative path.
right. How do you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Yeah.
focus on who you desire to be, one
Mm-hmm.
step at a time, one
Mm-hmm.
moment at a time. It's not a whole bunch of things. You don't have to jump into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Just today. What can you do
Yes.
today to
Yes.
be a better person today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We can't change the cards that we was dealt, right? But we
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
can change the hand and play a different one.
Mhm.
There we
Mhm.
Okay.
go.
I
Mhm.
can't do nothing with the cards you gave me. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
the dealer. Your parents was the dealer. Life
Mhm.
was God is already the dealer of all
Mhm.
of our lives,
Mm-hmm.
anyways.
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? When you kids, your parents are dealer. They deal in the hand. They tell you what you got to do. But at some point, even in childhood, you old enough to think for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all know right from wrong. It's an internal
Mhm.
instinct. We all
Mhm.
Right.
have an intuition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we
Yes.
can't do nothing about the cards that we was dealt. But at some point, you can change that hand and
Mhm.
deal yourself
Mhm. A new
a new
hand.
play solitaire with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't you the one dealing the hand?
Right. Shit. Okay. Well, Phoenix, this has
Yes, ma'am.
been great. All the
Mm.
hiccups, fuck the hiccups. This has been great. I
This has been.
appreciate you. Tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, it's your motherfucking Boughetto Gardener on TikTok now.
I
Get you a
love
TikTok
it.
app if you ain't got one to go follow me. You know what I'm saying? My YouTube ain't that big, but it's okay. I got an Instagram too. Everything is at Phoenix Sky Boughetto Gardener. Just go follow me. Listen, I'm letting you know right now. Don't get in my comments with that BS, okay? Because I'm a very positive person and I like positivity. I
Yes,
don't do
ma'am.
negative energy. And you get in my comments with that negative energy, I will get in that ass. Okay.
As she did
Gracefully.
today, and
Then
I
y'all be trying to block me.
appreciated every
Then
second.
you want to report me and block me.
Right.
You started it.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't poke a bear. You gonna get your ass
Don't
If
you
mauled.
you can't
dare.
nuck if you buck, don't run up on me. Okay.
Right. Don't
Exactly.
be crying wolf.
Exactly. So I appreciate you. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for taking the time.
Yeah, I enjoyed
And
myself. I got to come
the
bite now.
yeah,
Yes, you better, girl.
the
I want to
invitation
check
is
in.
already there.
Y'all
Yep.
got me hooked.
Yes.
The
I want to
invitation is there.
yes, I want to check in with you every like periodically to just see how life is going. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay with that. Yeah, that's what's
Okay,
up.
cool. That's
All
what's up.
right, now I got some new sisters. Hey, I'm sending y'all a hug through the
There we
screen.
go.
Okay.
All right. If you haven't already, I don't know how I forgot to say this. I think I was just too excited to get started, but like, share, subscribe, do something with the show. And if you have
Hey,
not
do something with
already,
your life too.
woo,
Sorry.
there we go. If you have not already, leave us a review so that way other people can find the show as well.
I know
We
that's right.
appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
That's it for this week's show. I'm Lori Scott.
And I'm Sylvia Johnson. And you've been listening to What's Been Better.
A big thank you to Lagan Music Inc. for providing our music. This show is edited and produced by us with a little help from our family and friends. We love you all.
We want to hear what's been better for you. To be a guest on the show, send us an email to questions@whatsbeenbetter.com. Or you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at What's Been Better Podcast.
Thanks for listening.